welcome to the Fandom Show, the podcast where we learn about fantastic fandoms by talking to our favorites about their favorites. I'm Kaya Green.
And I am Stephanie Malik.
And today, come on, grab your friends. We're going to very distant lands. It's adventure time.
Oh, we're talking about adventure time.
Adventure time.
Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Yeah, that's a part of it.
Oh, you don't know that?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I do.
Okay.
That's why I said that's a part of it.
Okay, I didn't know if you were just being really supportive.
No, I mean, I was also.
Okay.
That as well. Both are true.
Beautiful. Kaya?
Yeah.
What do you know about Adventure Time?
I'm going to be honest with you, not nearly enough. I wish I knew more, which is great for this particular instance, but it is one of those shows that is, I know I'm going to like. I've watched some episodes of it, and the ones that I have seen are phenomenal. Some really brilliant writing in that show, especially for such short episodes. So I know some basics. I know it's about Jake the human and Finn the dog, and they go for adventures in the land of Oo.
Finn the human.
Finn the human.
Jake
Sorry,
the dog.
thank you. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
We're here to support and help you through this.
Yes, I really appreciate it. It's one of those shows that I know I am going to love, but I quite literally have just never had access to it. Like, it was never on a streaming service, so I just keep forgetting to go find it. So I'm really excited, and I hope this is going to drive me to a new future where I'm an Adventure Time fan. What about you, Steph? Do you know more accurate things than I do?
Like a teeny tiny bit. Like, I think I'm in the same place as you are, which I've watched some episodes. I know the main characters. I'm obsessed with BMO, the little tiny Game Boy friend guy.
Yeah, super cute.
It is the cutest show I maybe have ever seen. And it's exactly like Steph style animation. Like, it's got little eyes and little mouths, and that's my favorite animation style.
And I feel like it is very much your humor too, in that it's like, and not everybody knows this about you, that it's like, it's fun and cute until one moment it gets really dark, and then we're back to cute. And I feel like that is you to a T. I feel like it is absolutely a show for you.
Absolutely. And I think part of the problem was when it came out, it wasn't accessible. I couldn't find anywhere to watch it. I couldn't find a reliable stream. So it just never happened for me, which is a bummer for past me, maybe a pleasure for future me.
That's right.
Because then I get to enjoy it for the first time.
Yeah.
But you know who knows a lot about Adventure Time?
Okay, I hope it's our guest. Be our guest. Be our guest. Otherwise, this is going to be the weirdest hour.
This is going to be so uncomfortable, but it is our guest,
Yay!
Catfish the Dinosaur, your local suspiciously large lizard woman/drag queen based out of Toronto. She's a quarter of Brick House and fresh off her run in Absolute's Empire Ball, a national drag house competition. Catfish is now surfacing from the depths of obscurity into the wild world of podcasting with her own podcast, Two Loose Bricks. Catch her on the internet. It's Catfish. Hello.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You look great.
If you're listening to this in audio medium, go to YouTube right now and watch this, because Catfish is bringing it. She looks like the lumpiest little space
That's right.
princess.
I think you should, in fact, listen to it once here and then again on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. And then listen to it on a different podcast provider.
while you're at it.
Just have some fun.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
This is very exciting.
I'm so excited to be here.
All right. So let's start from the very beginning. Very good place to start. Different movie. Anyway, what is your origin story with Adventure Time?
Okay, so I didn't discover it when it was airing. Well, I guess it was airing, but it was like a couple seasons in or whatever. I think it was in university. One of my friends just had one of the hats. I think it was a Jake hat.
Okay.
And I was obsessed with it. And then just kind of slowly figured out what it was all about, I guess. Started watching it, fell in love, and here we are.
Beautiful.
10 seasons later, 4 specials, and a spinoff, I guess.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time.
There's a ton of content of this show. So for someone who's never heard of this show and is not impressed by our terrible descriptions of this show, what is Adventure Time?
That was a beautiful description of the show.
Oh,
What
thank
do
you so much.
mean?
Thank you.
Except for the part where I actively got it wrong. But besides
Two
that,
main characters.
You know
besides
what?
that,
We learn from failure.
we do, and I did.
Thank you for that, universe. Adventure Time, in a nutshell, I guess, is a absurd, super fun, lighthearted, but also very heartfelt, I guess, coming-of-age story of this kid in post-apocalyptic Earth. And there's magic abound and ridiculous antics ensue, I guess.
Amazing. How old is Finn at the beginning of the show?
I believe he's 13.
13.
Does he grow up over the course of it?
He does.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I love about a story like this too. Because you have your Simpsons who never age.
Yeah.
But then you have shows like this where you can actually grow with the main character, and it's just so nice.
Yeah, that's so heartwarming. Like I know we're She-Ra fans, and it has a similar energy.
yeah,
that grows over time, and by the end of it, you're like, oh, they've come so far.
You've changed so much.
It cries. Yeah, exactly.
My child. But honestly, it does feel like that for sure. And I mean, with this show in particular, it starts off so lighthearted and so childlike, I guess, and it gets more and more complex as the series goes on.
Okay.
In the storytelling, in the jokes, in, I guess, world building, everything.
Yeah, okay. World building is one of the things that I wanted to jump into because this show is praised to high heavens for how good the world building is.
The lore is deep.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that because I think a lot of people.
How far do you want me to go back?
Well, that's a very good question. How long do we have?
Let's start at the very beginning.
A very good place to start. I don't know why we keep referencing this. But I feel like a lot of people, when they think of kids' shows, think of like, Goofy falling down, so on and so forth, but there isn't a lot of depth to it.
Yeah.
And it seems like that is very much the opposite with Adventure Time.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, like a lot of the world building was, organic throughout the series. It started off as, the writers just making these offhand jokes and these offhand characters, and then all of a sudden they start getting more and more interwoven into the story, and then there's, world history built in, and then there's, like the mystical, magical, philosophical elements of it all too that just kind of add to it all.
Yeah.
And so it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And I guess one of the biggest things that I love is the kind of the mythos that's behind the world of Adventure Time, because it's based on Earth, right?
Yeah.
It's Earth 1,000 years in the future after the Great Mushroom Wars, which is basically just a huge nuclear war that wiped out most of humanity.
Because of the clouds.
It's the mushroom clouds, not Last of Us style.
No.
No,
Okay.
different war.
Okay.
Different mushrooms.
Different mushrooms.
Fun fact, I also have a mushroom look that's based off of Last of Us.
What?
So
Yeah.
cool.
Oh my
So
God.
cool.
But yeah, so I guess 1,000 years into the future of the Great Mushroom Wars. So, okay, I guess I should start with the Mushroom Wars. The history of it is basically, it's like human driven, right? So the people, I guess like all of the countries got all crazy and wanted to bomb each other.
Yep.
But that in and of itself was spurned by the arrival of a catalyst comet,
Whoa.
which is a recurring theme in this story too. There's a bunch of different comets, and they trigger different world events, I guess.
Whoa, cool.
Right?
What a cool mechanic. Like, what a
Yeah.
cool element.
So this one in particular, it awoke the Lich. Do you know of the Lich?
Yes, I know vaguely of the Lich.
He's one of the big bads of
Yeah,
this
but I also know
series.
of liches from D&D and
Oh,
other
yeah.
various things, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Just agents of destruction.
Yeah. Sort of
Um,
undead
Yeah.
things.
So this one was released onto the world and, wreaked havoc. Most of humanity died. A bunch of humanity evolved into different species made of different things, like candy, like hot dogs.
Naturally. Yeah.
Yeah, like vegetables. I don't know, all kinds of stuff. Glass, too. Oh, my God.
There's
Glass
glass
Kingdom.
people?
There are glass people.
Oh my God, that sounds so inconvenient.
Yeah.
That's
And
so
they-
scary.
They are so uppity about getting a crack.
I mean, humans are uppity about getting a little face crack, so I can only imagine
The
if your
blemish.
whole body
It's true.
was glass.
I'm nervous just thinking about that.
let's not shatter here.
That's right.
So, is this show, was it primarily targeted as a kids show? And the humor seems very adult in a lot of it.
It does. I don't really know. I think it's basically just Pendleton Ward's fever dream of what he really wanted to put on screen, I guess. Because he had started with a bunch of comics with these different types of characters, some that have evolved into characters from Adventure Time, but also just, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with his own upbringing, because there's tons of, parent trauma in the show as well. But yeah, I guess it's probably it probably started off as a kids show and then just kind of evolved into something way deeper and way better.
Yeah, I wonder if it like again we bring up She-Ra again, but was I think originally targeted as a preteen show where the kids grew up alongside with the main character.
Yeah, as we were saying before, but also like I think it might be one of those elements of television where in order to actually get something made, you need to sell it, and you need to sell it with a market in mind.
Yep.
And usually, strange fever dreams don't sell great to executives because they're like, well, I see your vision, but how do I make money off of it, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine that the easiest way to sell an animated fever dream is to get into a kids market and then grow it from there as the audience grows with you.
That being said, I mean, watching the pilot episode without knowing anything about the show, it's impossible to follow. It's so absurd. The animation is just kind of half there when it comes to just like the background and stuff. And so it's just like Finn and Jake, I think, what's his name? Penn at that time? Originally, Finn's name was Penn.
Oh, okay. The Pendleton Ward.
After Pendleton, of course.
That tracks, yeah.
Right? But yeah, that first pilot episode is insanity to watch. I don't even remember what it's about.
It sounds like it wasn't about anything
Probably
in particular.
not. No.
So I can see why that wouldn't stick.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Finn's hat is the design is based off of Penn's first kind of character design about this world, and it was a bear. I forget its name. Something the bear, and he wanted to release that as like a comic strip, and it kind of just failed and fizzled.
Interesting.
But it got reborn.
Reborn.
Okay, I'm going to jump in straight to a Patreon question because it's a pretty good starting point. This is from friend of the podcast and our fonts guest, Carl Shura. What is the deal with that kid? And why is he in this place? Why is anybody anywhere while we're at it? I'm also unclear about Jake the dog. Is he supernatural or just weird? Is he part of this place?
This place being in quotation marks.
Yeah.
This place.
This place.
As in the world.
Yeah, as in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the deal with Jake and Finn?
Okay,
'Cause
so
Jake's wild.
Jake is wild.
Jake can do anything.
Jake is so grounded too, though.
Yeah.
Classic.
Gives good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also is stretchy.
But
It's
also is stretchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the origin story goes that Finn is the quote-unquote last human on Earth, and Jake is his brother. Because...
Yep.
Because why not?
You know, dog brother.
I would love a dog brother.
I mean, you and me both. That would be awesome.
A stretchy dog brother that talks
Yeah.
and makes me breakfast?
Honestly, I'm an only child, and my parents have only had dogs, so I have
You
lived that life.
basically have that
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
But
You
did they
are
ever
from the
make
human.
pancakes for you?
No.
Kaya the human.
Kaya the human. The last human. Kaya, you got to stop saying that.
Kaya, we're right here.
It's honestly insulting at this
It's
point.
quite rude.
The
I'm not
last
so much a human myself.
You're a dinosaur.
I'm a dinosaur.
Like I'm more dog than human. Anyway, go on.
So yeah, tell us a bit
so-
about Jake and Finn.
So Finn was found as a baby just in the forest with a leaf stuck to his butt because he boomed. And he was
course.
crying. And so Jake's parents, Joshua and Margaret, they stumbled upon him and, just took him in and raised him as their own.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
that's what we mean by brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Finn and Jake and the other dog brother, Jerome, were all raised together.
Gotcha. And are they roughly the same age? Because Jake sounds like a 50-year-old smoker.
Well, dogs age faster.
That tracks. That makes perfect sense. I'm sorry. That was a stupid question
Wow.
for me to ask. You'd think, hey, look, it's okay, everybody. I can ask this stuff. My brother's a dog. It's fine. I'm not insensitive. You're right. Dogs age faster. That's correct. Yep.
But I mean, at the same time, Jake does age or stays alive longer than most dogs, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe the stretchiness.
It might be the stretchiness. The stretchiness is a magic power.
Okay.
So it's very, kind of woo-woo and not really talked about for the first 8 seasons. I think it's really only addressed at the end.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing. But they did address it.
They did address it. Do you want me to spoil it right now?
Is it a big spoiler?
Not really.
Okay, if
then
you're
tell us.
listening and you haven't seen it and you don't want it spoiled, fast forward maybe a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk
Go away.
fast. So the episode where we find out why Jake has stretchy powers, it comes from So Finn and Jake go back to their parents' detective agency because there's like some weird ghosts haunting the place. They find out that it's just weird time skips, and the ghosts they're seeing are just past versions of themselves.
Oh, cool.
It was really cool. And then once they figured that out, they could actually see the ghosts as themselves, and then they pieced it together. Long story short, at the end of that episode, one of these ghosts appears, and it's this weird blue creature. I should backtrack. The weird blue creature was, hinted at throughout that whole season.
Okay.
Like starting at the beginning, I guess. And so at the end of that episode, Jake finds this blue creature, and the creature's like, "Hey, come with me." And Jake's like, and then it cuts away, and then Finn walks into the scene, and there's just a note that says "BRB Jake." And so Jake goes on this space adventure
Of
with
course.
this blue alien who's got 5 eyes and some weird arm things going on. And he's stretchy, obviously.
Naturally.
Yeah, so we go to this planet, and we find out that this blue creature, his name is Warren Ampersand, and he is the, I guess, biological father of Jake.
What? Gasp.
Yeah.
Twist.
So what happened was when Margaret was pregnant with quote-unquote Jake, it wasn't Jake, it was Jerome. And at the exact same time, the blue creature came and I think bit Joshua on the head or something. And he got this like weird blue ball on the top of his head. And at the same time that Jerome was birthed, so was Jake from his dad's head.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, wild, right? Insane. So basically that's the origin story of his powers.
He got his powers from his biological father who impregnated a brain.
Yeah.
I love it.
As you do.
I mean, in this show, that doesn't seem strange, though. Like,
No.
I think one of the things that this show does really well, and the limited amount I know about it, is anything is on the table.
Yeah.
You can say and do anything because the world is so malleable,
Yeah.
and I feel like when you have glass people and you have space princesses, and once you've opened those doors, you can kind of make anything you want out of it, and I think that that's so fun about this world.
Yeah, that is the beauty of it.
Hey, I got this is a selfish question. Yo, what's up with BMO? What's his deal?
BMO!
Because I love BMO is a Game Boy, but is also a little guy, a little person. He's got a
Little guy.
Didn't you have a tiny BMO for a little while?
Yeah, so I've had a lot of Adventure Time merch despite never having fully watched the show.
That is-
Because their characters are so cute.
They're so cute. The
So
character design
funny.
is amazing.
It's incredible.
I have a note about that too.
Oh, yes, please.
There's a lot of character designs for some of the more, I guess, eternal, like mythos characters. They're based off of some wild things.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, Glob, Grob, Gob, Grod.
No.
So afraid? No.
Wow. Glob, Grob, Gob, Grod is. I said that right. Wow.
I was just
Sorry,
thinking about how
just one more
impressive that
time.
was.
Glob,
Glob, Grob,
Grob,
Gob,
Gob,
Grod.
Grod. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
The voice actor must have been like, fuck you.
Honestly.
Fuck you guys.
Well, I mean, the thing about Glob, Grob, Gob, Grod, Grod. I can't say it fast.
You know what? You did it a couple
You did it
times.
once,
That's
and
really
it's been
impressive.
recorded for posterity.
Perfect. You're watching.
It's proof.
You've noted. Yeah, about him. He's basically like the creator god of, I guess, people's imaginations, or not imagine, of just like
The world?
the world. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the one who's noted by most people as the creator god
Okay.
of the world. And so that's why everybody's always like, oh my glob, or oh my gob.
Oh my god.
Excellent.
Yeah. They use all 4 of those names interchangeably when they're swearing like
I
that.
love that. I wish our gods were like that.
Right? I wish too. So Glob, Grob, Gob, Grod is a 4-headed ancient mythical being who kind of just like oversees creation from Mars.
Okay.
And he's friends with Abraham Lincoln, who's
Sure.
the emperor of Mars.
Of course.
Okay, I love it.
So
Is
far,
that
pretty
the,
normal.
Is that the OG Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
Okay, so great.
Yeah.
I just
The-
want to know where in canon is like.
The story goes that Abraham Lincoln was supposed to be assassinated by John Wilkes Booth. But then instead, I think maybe it was Prismo. He might have wished in Prismo's time room to get out of there, and then he was sent to Mars and became an eternal being.
Okay, great. Great.
Okay, incredible.
Why
Please
not?
carry on. I love this show so much, and I haven't even seen it.
Right? So Globgrod he's a four-headed being, and he wears this weird, like, pointy helmet thing, and so all of the faces are on different sides of it.
Very cool.
And that whole character design was based off of this weird mythic, I guess. I'm saying that word a lot. What do you call the Sasquatch?
Oh, like an urban legend or
Like an urban legend.
or a cryptid.
Cryptid.
Or,
Yeah. So in like the 50s, I think there was this story about this cryptid in Virginia that had this weird shaped head that was
Cool.
like that looked like a spade, I guess, and it had really dark green eyes and like a blood red face and like tiny hands and a big billowing cape or whatever. It basically attacked these two farm boys, and then they like spread this story all over the country, I guess.
Oh my God. So they got super high and then made it a big deal for everybody. Yeah.
If you want to look it up, it's called the Braxton Flatwoods Beast.
Oh
or
my God.
monster.
Absolutely looking that up.
Braxton Flatwood.
But like that kind of cultural reference in the character design just makes me so happy.
Yeah, that's such a like fun deep cut.
Right?
Yes. And when it comes to the design of the show, like the animation, I understand that like there were a lot of indie comics people in there and a lot of like people who are kind of not animation vets. It seems like it was a really creative team.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
have no idea.
I was just looking that up, and apparently Pendleton Ward was like, I really want, he picked some people. Obviously, there were a lot of like experienced animators, but there were also quite a few people who are from like the indie comics world. So
Right.
yeah, apparently it was a lot of very creative folks that were doing this for the first time, which is why it kind of looks unique.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know a lot of the creative team was originally all from Cal Arts. I think that's where they all met each other.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, a lot of indie stuff comes out of there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we talked about this a bit. How this show is ostensibly a kid's show, but has a very diverse fan base. What do you think it is about this show that makes it so appealing to everyone?
The relatability, I guess, probably. Because, I mean, you have all of this crazy shit happening to you all the time in this world, but then you get these moments where Finn is just, like, staring up into the sky, contemplating life and being like, why do I feel this way? I guess trying to figure out his own emotional journey, and that's what I relate to anyway in the story.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like one of the episodes I saw, he like ended up in this underground place and he couldn't get past this door.
Hall of Egress.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. I'm not going to do a good job of explaining this because I only watched it the once, but every time he gets out of this place, once he opens his eyes, he ends up back in the place. So he just tries to keep his eyes closed for as long as possible. It's a beautiful episode.
He goes for years.
Yeah, he goes for years with his eyes closed and then ends up back there again. It's a genuinely beautiful episode. But I was like, this is a meditation on life and death.
Absolutely.
What the fuck is happening to me?
So many episodes like that too.
Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Right?
I was like blown away. It was such an interesting philosophical thing. So there's something for both of us.
There
There's
we go.
cute little Nintendo games, and then there's philosophy,
We didn't even talk about BMO. You asked me about BMO.
Yes.
What's BMO's deal?
So BMO is a computer, yes.
Yep.
He's a little robot that was created by Mo. Mo was a robotics conglomerate from before the Mushroom Wars.
Okay.
He stayed alive through the Mushroom Wars through technology.
Bless you, technology.
Very, very few organic organs. They were all replaced with robots.
Oh.
Weird, right? But yeah, BMO was one of his first creations, and he created it for his son to basically teach his son fun, empathy, play, all of like the childlike wonder that BMO is, and just basically was created as a companion for his son.
Aw, so it's like M3gan.
Yes.
I
Except
don't
for the
think
weird
that's-
dance thing.
I don't think
still
that's where
dance.
that went. Does BMO start killing a lot of people?
Funny you should mention.
Oh, really?
No.
Shit.
Oh.
No, but
Oh my God, it does take a dark turn.
right? No, the best part about BMO is that he ends up king of Ooh thousands of years in the future.
I'm so proud of him.
Right? Another fun fact.
I'm so emotional about
Your ability to attach yourself emotionally to things with two dots and a tiny smile, for two dot eyes and a tiny smile, is
deserves
unparalleled.
it. He deserves it.
Everyone should know that this is like a part of our life. That if there is anything that has two dot eyes and a little smile, Steph is now emotionally attached and invested in this thing.
Why haven't I seen more of this show?
Honestly.
There's a whole show is tiny dot eyes. That makes me so happy for BMO.
Another fun fact about BMO, gender interchangeable.
Fabulous.
Sometimes he, sometimes she, sometimes football's he, sometimes football is she. Football is BMO's mirror image.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yep.
They have episodes together.
I love this.
God.
I love this.
How does anyone think of this stuff?
No idea. I'm so obsessed.
Okay, what am I trying to say? What's my question? We've talked a lot about these big emotional journeys and these like touching episodes. What's the plot of this show? Like, is it episodic? Is there an overarching quest that anyone has to go? Is it seasonally quests? Like,
Right.
what?
What indeed?
What
and
indeed?
in the butt. So basically, the show is a coming of age story.
Yeah.
It just follows Finn through his adolescent youth, and basically, it's him becoming the hero that he was destined to be, I guess.
Okay.
So a lot of like the main overarching storylines have to do with the big bads that he battles.
And who are some of those big bads? I know there's like an Ice King guy.
Ice King, he is less of a big bad.
Okay.
He's more of a medium bad.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
He starts off bad. He's teased as the big bad in the first season because he keeps kidnapping princesses to marry them. And
But they are so young, and he's so old.
yeah, well, not all of them are very young.
Okay.
Princess Bubblegum is 800 years old.
So.
Well, that's just me being ageist.
Yeah, look at you assuming princesses have to be young.
Gum ages differently.
It's okay. Her sister's a princess.
Okay, fair enough. We'll let it slide.
Yeah, you're allowed.
But yeah, so Ice King, yeah, he was, then he wasn't,
Yeah.
and then he just became part of like the crew.
Great. And so are there
outsider of the
ascending
group.
bad guys? Like they get harder and
Essentially.
harder
Yeah,
in
like-
D&D style?
Right? The next big bad is the Lich, of course.
Yeah.
Because he was awoken way back in the Mushroom Wars, got encased in amber by the previous world hero, Billy, who basically was Finn, just in the past.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the Lich came, did a bunch of stuff. The next one, I guess, would be Orgolorg.
Go on.
I love
Yes,
the names.
Orgolorg. I love Orgolorg. That's in season 6. That's the big Orgolorg storyline. And Orgolorg is another alien or I guess eternal being, who was on this one planet and then was, I guess, banished for some reason. I don't remember. But he was banished to Earth. Earth's gravity compressed him into a penguin shape.
Oh my god, that's so dumb and I love it.
Right?
But different than the penguins that are with the Ice King.
No.
Oh, one of them was a bad boy.
Yeah.
Huge.
One of them was a bad boy.
More spoilers, by the way.
Go back. Don't listen to the last bit.
Unlisten.
Unlisten to that.
All of this is just going to be spoilers. All of this has
been
already
around
been out.
a while.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure it won't take away from your enjoyment of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gunther, maybe it's Gunter. So all of Ice King's penguins are some variation of the name Gunther or Gunter or Gunty.
Good.
Gundo,
Good.
something. One of them was Orgolorg, just, compressed.
Gasp.
And so another comet comes by in this season. It's another Catalyst comet, it's the purple one. And it kind of reawakens Orgolorg a little bit.
Oh boy.
So basically, Gunther's head cracks open, his brain starts spilling out, and that brain is Orgolorg trying to, control his body again, and then goes into space and tries to eat the comet to gain its power and destroy the universe.
If you were just to explain that to someone and and didn't include the fact that this was a kids show, that person would be like, wow, this sci-fi epic sounds amazing.
Okay, that's the beautiful part about this actual storyline here is that Orgolorg is based off of a 1985 British sci-fi called Life Force.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's so many other cultural references like that in here too. Specifically, Finn's dad is dressed in weird red outfits to kind of mimic Zardoz.
Okay.
Oh my God. Is that the Sean Connery character with his little like tiny bathing suit outfit and big black boots?
Red
You've seen this picture of Sean Connery.
Probably.
Yeah, he's got like dark facial hair and a mustache, and he's holding like a little zap zap gun.
That sounds
Put
great.
it up behind me right
Yeah.
here. So Orgolorg was based off of the alien entity in Life Force, and the whole comet eating, gaining its power storyline is also part of Life Force.
What? Cool.
Yeah.
So just sort of like pulling these like deep cut pop culture things out of the ether and like combining them all into one
This weird,
incredible package.
absurd, very colorful little storyline.
Oh, art.
My favorite part about the Orgolorg series is when Finn calls him a dirty umbrella, though.
What a good insult.
Right?
That's so.
And it was so offhand. He's like, that dirty umbrella's going to enslave humanity.
We need to get more creative with our insults these days.
agree.
I feel like we need more of that.
Yeah, one of my favorite is to call someone a thumb.
That's a good one.
Just
good
like, oh, what a thumb.
I usually just call people a clown.
That's a good one.
Because
But
that's
I-
cutting.
I'm a clown.
Yeah, that's the
So
thing
it's
is that
meta.
like there's yeah,
Yeah, is it complimentary then when you call someone?
No,
Oh.
it never is. It's with hate in my heart.
with hate in my heart.
Also, clowns, like, as a concept, are one of my biggest fears. So I don't know why I do this.
to embrace the thing that scares
Maybe.
you,
Yeah,
perhaps.
if you look it
Yeah.
straight in the face, then it can't hurt you.
Yeah.
The next step would be to wrap a snake around my neck and go out and drag, I guess.
Full Britney.
I mean, time will tell. You can do anything in drag.
I will never.
You'll know.
No.
What if it's a fake one?
No.
What?
One time I touched a picture of a snake and freaked out.
No, okay, that's fair. Snakes are fair. They don't move in a way that feels safe.
No! They don't
Like-
have legs.
Similar to spiders, they just don't move in a way that feels safe.
Yeah, where are you going?
Why you gotta be like that?
How are you going?
How are
Yeah.
you? That's true. Yeah.
How you side to side to go forward?
Where'd you get this little conveyor belt that you're gliding across?
Honestly.
What's up with the scales, man? Why you need
Doesn't
so many
make
little skins?
sense.
That's right. At least with slugs, I understand it. They got like a smooth little water slide of, I don't know.
Goo.
Yeah, of goo. Exactly.
Goo.
Anyway, Adventure Time.
This all makes sense though in terms of this show. Like you could say this was an episode of the show, and people are probably like, "Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's
It's
true.
true. Okay, no snakes, no clowns holding
Yeah.
snakes.
Yeah, there are other big bads too. Like the final big bad is Golb. He is the basically the antithesis of Glob Grob Gobgrod.
Oh no.
He's basically the agent of chaos.
Yes, the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Damn.
And exists in a different dimension, and steals Magic Man's wife at a certain point.
Oh boy.
That's a whole other thing.
Is there a character that you really identify with? Like, what's your favorite character? And is there one that really like?
Flips to favorite characters.
Oh, we've got a list.
It's good to make a list.
I mean, okay, so I started a list and I'm like, who do I love? Who are my like top picks? And I could not for the life of me pick any of them.
Okay.
Especially
Seems
like
impossible.
the bigger, like the main characters, the A-listers, as Finn likes to call them.
That's an in-show reference.
It is
Incredible.
There's an episode where he's like playing with these fake miniatures of all of the characters, and he's like, "Oh, the C-listers are back in the bag."
So meta. I love it.
It's amazing.
so rude.
So yeah, I was like trying to dig deep and find some like smaller characters that I really resonated with, and I think my favorite I landed on is Tanya.
Okay.
That's such a normal name.
I know.
Right? Tanya is she's in one scene. It's a flashback of, I think, so Marceline, the vampire queen, she has an ex. His name is Ash. He's a wizard. And in one flashback scene, no, this is about Ghost Princess. Never mind.
Go back. Pretend you didn't hear any of that.
So in the episode about Ghost Princess and why she died, there is a tiny little scene in a convenience store and Tanya is the one who's working at the convenience store. And it's like, I don't know, 5 seconds long. And Tanya's like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, can I? And her boss just completely cuts her off and is like, shut up, Tanya, I gotta go see my ex-wife. And then just leaves. It's my favorite thing about this entire series.
It's like Tanya. She couldn't catch a break.
Poor Tanya. So
poor
she's just,
Tanya.
just a depressed teenager that works in this convenience store and never really gets listened to.
Oh no, Tanya! Wait, been Tanya, you know?
Oh, my God.
We've all been Tanya.
Other honorable mentions, I love Zergiok. He is the Goblin King, I guess.
Okay.
Well, he's the king of the goblins for a while. Tortured them. He spanked them all the time.
Oh
It
no.
was weird. But the best part about Zergiok is that later on in the series, he loses his eyes and basically becomes this like weird philosophical shaman in the desert called the Birdman. And,
Yes.
and takes care of all of these bird lards. And then at the end of the episode, gets his eyes back and goes right back to spanking goblins.
No, he learned no lesson.
No lesson!
No lessons.
Okay, which one do you say is the most like you, and the most like Kaya, and the most like me?
Gasp.
Ooh, okay. There are so many.
I know, there's so many characters. Okay, A-listers. Let's go
A-listers.
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 A-listers, yeah, for sure.
We don't need no C or D's here.
I think I'm most like Princess Bubblegum.
Okay, 800. You look good.
Let's a little bit about her. Who's
Yeah.
Princess Bubblegum?
She's just trying to keep it all together.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Again, relatable.
Right?
Yeah.
Is she like the main princess?
There's no main princess.
Okay.
So the way that the world works in current OO is, pardon me, is so there's like just areas that are separated into kingdoms, and all of them are run by princesses.
Okay.
Hey, matriarchy, love it.
Love it.
And so Princess Bubblegum, she runs the Candy Kingdom. She actually formed it. She was like one of the first people who kind of like reformed OO as it is today.
Cool.
Okay.
And so I guess she would be in that sense the main princess.
And her people explode when they get stressed, right?
They do.
Yeah.
We asked a trivia question about
It's
that.
a delightful fact.
It's very funny.
Yeah, don't freak out a candy person.
No, they'll just explode.
Honestly, again, relatable.
It's very relatable.
I would say of you two, oh, this is tough.
Yeah.
God.
It's tricky.
I know who I'd pick for myself.
Is it BMO?
No, you'd be BMO.
I'd be BMO.
You'd be BMO.
Is it because you think I'm cute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide which of you would be more Jake.
Oh.
Interesting. You know what? Actually, I think you give Flame Princess.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll take it.
Yeah, Flame Princess is badass.
Tell me a little bit about
Phoebe.
Flame Princess.
As a child, Princess Bubblegum forced her father, the Fire King, to lock her away in a
Whoa.
lantern because she's just too powerful. But then does she escape or does somebody let her out? I don't remember. But basically, she just is so quick to find herself and then just become the new Fire King. And I don't like her whole storyline is basically getting out of prison, coming to power, and then just kind of existing and working on herself in a really cool way, I guess. She becomes a rapstress.
I'm
basically.
so into that. Also, I get locked in so many lanterns. It's so annoying.
You really gotta
I
stop.
have to
I
let
gotta
Kaya
stop.
out once a week.
I gotta stop. I just keep crawling in them thinking something's gonna be in there. And
Stab
every
him in a
single
lantern
time.
again.
Steph. Help.
No.
I
have
thought
a
this one would be
meeting.
different, but it wasn't different.
Same deal.
Yeah, I just like Flame Princess's no nonsense badassery.
Oh, I
give
will
that
take
vibe.
it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. All right, and for this non-BMO,
This
or maybe
non-BMO, I kind of want to give you BMO, but I'm not going to.
Can't always get what you want. Also, if you are BMO, then you can't see BMO. You can only see football. Gasp.
Yes.
You seem genuinely upset.
I want to kind of give you maybe Minerva,
Who's Minerva?
Finn's mom.
Oh.
So yeah, Finn's not the only human.
Okay.
Yes.
But he was supposed-
I want to give you Susan Strong.
Who's Susan Strong?
She's way better.
Who is Susan Strong?
So
Sounds like a
Susan-
human.
Susan Strong was the first quote unquote human that Finn finds in the world in the series. But then it's kind of ambiguous whether or not she is a human, because she's basically just like the leader of this underground human tribe, and they all wear animal hats like Finn does.
Gasp.
But all of these people in this underground tribe, they are basically like fish people. So they have like human bodies, but under the animal hats, it's just like gills and fins.
Oh, that's so funny.
Love that tribe. Love that whole storyline. But Susan
Incredible.
Strong, yeah, she's just this big, beefy human woman.
Incredible.
And yeah, the story goes that she was born on the same island that Finn was born on, and was sent to the main island that the majority of the story takes place to find Finn, but then she loses her memory and then becomes leader of this fish tribe.
Very
God.
cool. Very cool. I was going to say Lumpy Space Princess for myself, just
Oh my
because
God.
she's my favorite.
And can somebody please explain to me Lumpy Space Princess?
We'll get there, Kaya.
Well,
She's
we'll
the
get
best
there.
princess.
We'll get there in our mini game.
Okay.
have to wait.
Understood. Okay, so the
excited for a
princesses, just understanding the politics of this world.
Yeah.
It breaks down into kingdoms, and they're all ruled by princesses.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Are there wars?
There are, yeah.
Gasp.
There are wars. I mean, there's the Mushroom War.
Of course,
That was
yes.
done by the humans, right?
Yeah.
Then there's the big war at the end of the series, the Gumball War,
Gumball.
or the Great Gum Wars, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Long story short, one of the first candy people that Princess Bubblegum creates for her kingdom, she creates three. She creates three kind of like confidants. That's Uncle Gumball, Aunt Lolly, and Cousin Chicle.
Okay.
Incredible.
Love it. Love them.
And so they were supposed to be her advisors for the kingdom that she was creating. But Gumball wanted to turn it into like this huge like city metropolis type vibe. And Princess Bubblegum was like, no, we're going to do it this way. We're going to have a lake with like candy fish in it.
Cute.
Right?
Love that. I agree with
so-
her.
Yeah. So what happens was Gumball creates this dum-dum juice, tries to give it to Princess Bubblegum to control her. The plan backfires, and he gets the dum-dum juice on him, and so does Lolly and Chicle. So they just become stupid candy people for the majority of the show. But then right at the end, there's a mini-series called Elements that, long story short, kind of resets the entirety of Ooh, including those three characters. So they become themselves again.
Whoa.
And Gumball starts building his own little kingdom.
Gumball,
And
no.
they fight,
No.
right?
Wild. This is so much lore. This is.
I'm not even scratching the surface.
I believe you. Every single new name we have, you're like, and here's where they began.
I'm honestly surprised I'm pulling this out of my ass.
It's genuinely so impressive. I can't, and that's like, I am sure we're scratching the surface. This is wild. Does the lore contradict itself, or does it all sort of like work out from a plot perspective?
I have not found many holes.
That's wild. That's so impressive over
It's
8
insane.
seasons.
I mean, like the earlier stuff, there's a few things that kind of are vague and weird.
Yeah.
I guess with the vampires mostly. So when I was doing a little bit of research into the lore, because I'm a nerd like that, I discovered that the what do you call it? The conceit of it is that vampires, they always existed on Earth. And then when the Mushroom Wars happened, less people were around to kind of like
Feast
be
on-
aware of them.
Okay.
Ah.
So no, they came out of hiding and started feasting on the remainder of the humans.
Oh.
Right?
They would.
Yeah. But like back in the beginning seasons, Marceline is the only vampire, and that remains throughout the whole storyline. But she's the vampire queen.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, that does make sense. That checks out. Because there's another mini series called Stakes, where like it talks about her losing her vampire powers and then gaining them back by killing a bunch of other vampires.
Fun.
Long story
If she's
short.
a vampire queen, is she that because she is a vampire who is a queen, or is she the queen of the vampires if there's no vampires?
So she is actually a half human, half demon.
Girl.
Right. Daughter of Elise the human and Hunson Abadir, the ruler of the Nightosphere.
great.
Right.
These names, every single new name is better than the last.
But also so simple.
Yeah.
They're so simple.
I haven't even told you about Trudy the spleen.
No, you certainly have not told us about Trudy the spleen, but you must now.
I love Trudy.
Who is Trudy the spleen?
So it's just one episode. Magic Man turns a bunch of people into different body parts, and they're mad about it, so they all go hide under a bridge, and they're just like, this is life now, I guess. And Finn gets turned into a foot, but he's mad about it, so he's like, I'm going to go kick Magic Man. And so he just like gets all of the body parts together to like kind of rally and go beat up Magic Man.
Do they form a single body?
They do.
Yes.
Both styles.
Oh, so satisfying.
And Trudy's the spleen.
Oh, Trudy the spleen.
Good. Couldn't do it without the spleen.
Just every new thing is delightful in a different, unique way.
Oh my god. I probably could do a whole episode on just one character.
Oh,
my
probably.
goodness.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
So with this show, it was really praised a lot for its queer representation because it has a relationship between two princesses. I won't say who. Okay, it's going to be a spoiler. Don't listen if you don't want to hear.
Listen.
It's
Stop.
It's Marceline and Bubblegum, right?
Yeah.
They have a relationship.
Yeah.
Did they have trouble getting that on TV? Because that happened not like a while ago at this point.
It did happen a while ago, but it was only hinted at throughout the entire series, and really they only kissed in the last episode, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so they got away with it by just being
Yeah.
like, well, we're on our way out. Bye.
Right, exactly.
By the way,
She
this
read it.
gays. See ya.
But one of the Distant Lands longer episodes / movies, I guess. I don't know. They're like 50 minutes long.
Oh, damn.
One of those is about like the backstory behind their relationship,
Oh,
and they had been dating for ages.
What? So it was
Yeah.
like there the whole time, in
Yeah.
theory?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Real
So
Spice Girl
the
stuff.
majority of the storyline is them after dating when they're just friends, and then they get back together, and it's so sweet.
That's nice.
that's nice. Are there any other queer characters in the show? Because of it, like BMO, gender fluid.
BMO gender fluid.
We love that. Is football gender fluid?
Well, yeah,
Okay. I don't know. Football's a different character.
that's true. I think football is mostly a girl, but
Okay.
sometimes referred to as a boy. I don't know if there. I mean, it's a kids show, so not a lot of like relationshipy romantic stuff happens, other than Ice King trying to steal princesses. But speaking of Ice King, he's got this whole fanfic where every character's gender swapped.
Is that
Wait,
the one where Finn
he's
becomes
got it?
Fiona?
That's Fiona and Cake. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
Explain to Kai, because I know
I
about
have to
Fiona.
clarify this. So the Ice King, this isn't a different fan fiction. This is the
No.
Ice King's fan fiction.
In the
show.
show.
In the show.
Yes.
Just needed to make sure that was abundantly clear for those listening. There is fanfic within the world.
Within the show, yes. There's like a handful of episodes that are the storyline of Fiona and Cake. So Fiona the human and Cake the cat, and it's basically the same thing, but everything is just gender swapped. So we do get Prince Gumball, I think. Yeah, Prince Gumball and Marshall Lee, the Vampire King, in a relationship as well,
That's so funny.
I love it.
Okay, do you
which
have...
is further explored and made much more queer in the spin-off series Fiona and Cake.
Oh,
There's a spin-off series of just Fiona and Cake?
Yeah, and it's more adult. They swear in it.
Oh my
gasp.
god.
Gasp.
They don't say math or what the math,
Although what the math is very satisfying.
right?
Yeah.
I love the idea of using words that we as children nowadays kind of hate
Yeah.
as swears in the future.
That is
'Cause
really
that's kind of
smart.
how it would progress,
Oh,
right?
broccoli.
I kind of generally love fake swearing in things.
Yeah.
Like
It's clever.
It's so fun. Like Fantastic Mr. Fox, they all use the word curse every time they're cursing.
Right, yeah.
And I love it so much. I think it's so funny.
Good place.
The Good Place.
Good place.
Yeah.
A perfect example.
Fork.
Holy fork and shirt balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrific.
You used crackers as a swear the other day, and it was great.
Ah, crackers.
Crackers.
Crackers to this clown.
Do you have favorite episodes you think are standout episodes?
I was going to write a list. I wrote one down.
So I guess it's that one.
I guess it's that one. So yeah, the one that I wrote down was Puhoy. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This is a weird kind of bottle episode where Finn goes into a pillow fort because he's in his feelings. hints in his feelings a lot.
Yeah.
in the season,
Big
or in the
feelings.
series. But yeah, he goes into this pillow fort and basically finds this magic door that leads him into Pillow World.
Bless.
And right, and then he can't find his way out. So he just like starts getting to know the people of the Pillow World, falls in love with Roslinen, ages, has kids with Roslinen, becomes an old man, and then finally like goes on a journey to find the door out of this world. So he lives an entire life inside this pillow fort and then just escapes and he's a kid again.
Does he have to live with the memory of his past life in the pillow fort? In the pillow world?
Yeah.
How many lives has this small boy lived?
That's why he's so spacey when he stares off into the sky.
No
you know?
kidding.
He's thinking about his wife and kids.
Yeah.
This 13-year-old.
That's like a full Star Trek episode.
Exactly.
But that's a 40-minute episode, and this is a 10-minute episode.
Exactly.
That's wild. That's so much story to put in 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
I honestly might be getting it wrong, and he might not have remembered any of the Pillow World life. But it's there.
We'll find
Still
out.
awesome. That's great.
I think in the back of his head, you know.
Yeah.
Another great episode. I'm talking about Orgolorg again because it's such a good season. The finale with the comet. That one episode is so good because it has the dirty umbrella line. Because there's this really long speech at the end that the comet gives to Finn about, you know, kind of putting away all of the world's stuff. You know, like happiness, sadness, pillows, everything. And it's just like a huge list of just random stuff and emotions and things. And it's like, you can give all this up, come with me and live an entirely new existence. Whoa. And he chooses not to. And he's like, I've put a lot of work into this meat reality. I'm going to go back.
Oh.
Put a lot of work into this meat reality.
The meat reality?
What a beautiful line.
Right?
Like in the weirdest way. That's the thing that keeps getting me about this show and the way it seems to be constructed, what I've seen of it, is it's so weird until very suddenly it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Which is lovely.
I really think they lucked out with casting Jeremy Shada, too, because I just think the way that he delivers lines is so off the cuff, but yet just so perfect for Finn. I don't know.
Hard to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
What's the nerdiest thing you've ever done in relation to your fandom? It's an audio medium.
For those listening at home, I looked down at my outfit as I am currently dressed like Lumpy Space Princess.
She is head to toe in perp.
I love it.
What is the nerdiest thing I've done other than constantly watch this series on repeat?
That can be
basically
it.
Yeah.
for ages.
That can
There's
be
no
it.
wrong answer.
Like once a year, I
Yeah.
will watch the whole series.
I
at
mean,
least once.
considering it's 8 seasons.
Yeah, how long
that's
does it
not
take
nothing.
you?
10 seasons, my lord.
How long does it take you to watch through?
Good question.
Where do you watch
I
it?
will never answer. I will never be able to answer it. Where do I watch it?
Yeah.
I pirated it illegally.
I like it.
Well, but I would buy it if I had a medium to watch
Right.
a bot version on
That's
too.
the crazy thing is even if you buy DVDs, you're like, but how?
Where?
Where?
and how?
Pourquoi?
Exactly.
We're trying
Comment
to do
allez-vous?
this legitimately. Let us.
Let me do it legitimately. I'll give you my money. Give me the content.
buy a DVD
player,
but
There was another thing that I wanted to mention about how nerdy I am about this. Maybe not.
I love that you are currently consulting your notes about how nerdy you are. Let me
keep the nerd
just check
notes.
my notes. Adjusts glasses.
I guess I was obsessed for quite a while with this phone game that was Adventure Time themed. It's a kind of a mashup slash, what do you call it? Collaboration. That's the word.
Yep.
With Bloons. Do you know Bloons?
No.
It's the tower defense game
Okay.
series that you play on your phones. Basically, it's just a tower defense.
Yeah.
But balloons, but they call them balloons. But yeah, this,
was the game
this one's
called?
just
Balloons.
balloons.
Oh, balloons. Okay.
It's balloons : Adventure Time or something like that.
Honestly, that is how we say balloons. Wow. I feel like I'm learning a lot about myself today. Balloons.
Hard to get that across right
Balloons.
Balloons.
now. Balloon.
Balloons.
Balloons.
I've got a mini game ready for you.
I'm so excited.
So I'm going to name a princess of the land of Ooh. These are mostly probably a team. And I want you to give me 3-word description of them. So
Okay.
I'm going to start off the top. Princess Bubblegum.
Scientist, leader, anxious.
Ooh, I didn't know she was a scientist.
Flame princess.
Kaya.
That should clear it up for the listener.
Flame princess would be relaxed, saucy, and conflicted.
Ooh. Hot dog princess.
Airhead.
It doesn't need to be 3 words.
Give
If
me
one will
2.
do the job. All right, Lumpy
kind.
Space Princess.
Perfect.
Lumpy Space Princess is perfect.
Lumpy Space Princess
You
is
heard it here.
perfect and resilient.
Ooh, good. Love that.
Cotton candy princess.
One scene.
Okay, that was not an A team. That was not an A team.
No. But I did,
I messed up.
in my deep dive, I was looking up Cotton Candy Princess because I was like, who's that? Why don't I recognize that name? And it's because she's the princess that's basically the equivalent of Princess Bubblegum to Billy, the old hero.
Oh.
So Billy
okay.
saved Cotton Candy Princess from the Flame Count.
Whoa, okay. Oh, man, the
instead
politics.
of Finn saving Princess Bubblegum from the Ice King.
Oh, okay. It's all making sense.
Breakfast princess.
Syrupy,
I'm so jealous. I want to be breakfast princess. That sounds like a great
docile.
princess.
I want to say.
Okay.
Docile.
Syrupy and docile. Emerald princess.
Emerald Princess. I don't know her.
Is that not an A? Oh my gosh. Google. Google, you failed me.
I wonder. Oh yeah, no,
Oh.
I have not come across.
Guys,
Emerald
you can't trust what you read on the
It
internet.
wasn't. I didn't even trust the AI suggestion.
Wow.
I looked into several links. Well, fine.
You know what? Some people have their own opinions on Emerald Princess.
Drop them in the comments.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Okay.
Acoustics princess.
Acoustics Princess.
Oh my God.
Apparently.
Oh, I messed up.
I assume. Okay, if we don't know, then here's
Okay,
what
we're
I
gonna
think.
make it up.
No,
I
I'm
think-
so happy about all
I
these.
think Acoustic Princess will play Wonderwall at every party.
Yeah,
Like, that's the energy.
more than likely.
Yeah,
Cannot be stopped. Okay. Elbow princess.
That's also not.
Frig me.
I'm enjoying this new
Okay,
game.
elbow
of-
princess.
Honestly, you're just giving me a list of princesses to go look up.
Okay.
I'm beginning to think you're just looking at things in this room and adding princess to them.
Wall princess.
Mug princess. Mug princess. Microphone princess.
Podcast princess.
Imagine.
Cell phone princess. Okay, I'm just gonna name them quickly then, and you tell me if they're even characters, because now I don't believe it. Okay, slime princess.
Yes, that's a big one.
Yes.
There you go.
We got one.
Slime Princess, obstinate, gives no shits.
Amazing.
You know,
Jungle princess.
Jungle Princess.
No, she's not real.
Okay, how about this one? Engagement ring princess.
I've heard of Engagement Ring Princess.
We've heard of her.
Probably because of trivia. to
Heard
be
of
honest.
her. Kill me. Raggedy princess.
Raggedy Princess, love her.
Yay.
She is just a dishcloth, basically.
Oh my god, literally?
Not literally.
Okay.
She's a raggedy, like, patchwork princess who runs the dump.
But you do understand how it could have been literally.
Could have been literally.
You can never tell.
Oh my
In fact, later in the list, Dish Rag Princess.
Oh, no, that's not one of them. Okay, skeleton princess?
Yeah, Skeleton
Okay,
Princess.
she's real.
I don't know a lot about her other than she gives. Oh, I think she's actually Ghost Princess.
Whoa.
Her body.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
sure.
Ghost princess.
Airhead again.
A lot of airheads
Love it.
here.
I mean,
It makes sense.
Lizard princess.
I can't imagine what that might be other than
Kill me.
maybe. Well, maybe it's just an allusion to Gunther in an alternate universe when he gets Ice King's crown.
Princess monster wife?
I love Princess Monster.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, no, she was gonna be on my list of favorite characters too.
Now, what is a princess monster wife?
Another terrific name.
Well, Ice King went and stole a bunch of parts of different princesses and
No.
Frankensteined them together to make a wife.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then
So dark.
she gains, I guess,
Sentience?
sentience. Well, more than just sentience. I guess she starts contemplating her own existence, and then is like, "What am I? Am I just a bunch of? Am I a ship of Theseus? You know, kind of thing."
Philosophy.
Okay, I don't trust any more princesses anymore, so I'm just going to ask for 4 other characters. 3-word description. Finn.
Hero, loud, and I want to say action.
Great.
Jake.
Wise, lazy, yellow.
Love it.
Emo.
BMO, fun, child, friend,
Marceline.
daddy issues.
That's a good one.
Any other princesses you feel like we need to name in this?
Or characters.
Or
we haven't touched
characters.
on.
What about Tiffany? Do we know Tiffany?
We don't know Tiffany.
Tiffany Euler. Tiffany's not a princess. He's actually Jake's other best friend.
No.
Gasp.
How does Jake
Finn and
feel
Tiffany.
about it?
Jake? Well, Jake and Tiffany are friends.
Okay.
How does Finn feel about it?
Oh, yeah, sorry. How does Finn feel about it?
Tiffany is like Finn's mortal enemy. There's so many different moments where Tiffany's like, just like the blue crab that crawls in your neighbor's swimming pool, I will come for you, or something stupid like that.
Beautiful.
That's very funny.
Beautiful. Are there any hot takes you want to get into the world about
Oh my god.
Adventure Time before we wrap up?
How many did I already let loose? I don't know about hot takes, but I do want to mention the Pup Kingdom and how much I love the Pup Kingdom.
Is it what it sounds like? Is it full of pups?
Yeah.
I want to live there.
The
Let me live there.
Is that where Jake's from?
No,
What?
the Pup Kingdom is in the future.
Obviously, Steph.
I have to go. Thank you so much.
Basically, once the main Adventure Time storyline ends, Jake's progeny reproduces, of course, and one of them eventually creates the Pup Kingdom, and it's so cool. Just like right at the end of the series, they have an episode or two of Shermie and Beth, who are basically Finn and Jake just 1,000 years in the future.
Incredible.
And Beth is the pup princess. So she's a direct descendant of Jake.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more thing I would ask before we part or move on to the end of the episode is if somebody knows about this but wanted to be a fan of it, like is just starting to be like, maybe I would like this, what would you tell them?
Good luck.
Good luck. I love it. I love it. I love it. Perfect. Good luck. Good luck. You got 10 seasons ahead of you and a lot of names to learn.
Strap
So
in,
many
baby.
The names are so fun, though.
Yeah, they are.
James
They are.
Baxter,
James Baxter. And James Baxter is a
a horse.
horse. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping would come out of that
Duh,
question.
Kaya. I guess someone else is the dumb one now.
Get the dum-dum juice.
Get the dum-dum juice.
Yep, that's I'll take that.
There, you can
I'll
have
take
some
that.
of mine.
Of course, a horse.
At the end of every episode, we want to share our micro fandoms of the week, which we're going to do in just a minute. But before we do, there's some ways you can get in touch with us. The show's always going to be free, as we mentioned, but you can support in many different ways, including the money one. Go to patreon.com/The Fandom Show, where, as I mentioned, you can get access to episodes early, submit questions, enjoy our Nerds letter, listen to our podcast, come hang out, just send us nice messages. We love it all. So that's at patreon.com/The Fandom Show. You can also find us on social media at Fandom Show Pod or at our website, thefandomshow.com.
We also have some merch. So if you want to let me try that again. I read snag with an F. We're gonna pause that because that can't go into a thing.
Okay.
It could.
It could.
I accept. Anyway.
We have some merch, so if you want to get any exclusive
I'm sorry, Andrew. We're going to start that one more
Sorry,
time.
I made myself laugh
Can
with
you
the pivot
can you just
to
write
get.
a different word? Okay, go.
We have some merch, so if you would like some of that, you can check us out at thefandomshow.dashery.com. Also, please tell all of your nerdiest friends about us, or your regular friends. And if you can please do us a huge favor and get on your podcast provider of choice and do a little rate, review, and subscribe. It sounds small. I know. You can do it in minutes, seconds even. But you can't believe how much those few seconds to you will make a massive difference to us. Our show covers all sorts of weird topics, which means sometimes we're quite hard to find because it's for people who love literally everything. So if you love us, then giving us a review, giving us a little rate, review, and subscribe really helps people find us and also maybe find the next thing that they're going to love. So please do that. It means the world to us, and we read every single review, and we take it to heart, no less.
We do. It's really nice.
We do. It's really, really nice. We actually really, really appreciate it.
We're just a couple little nerds who just want to put nice feelings in the world. So
That's
it really
right.
is just the world to us.
And also you can find us on the From Superheroes Discord where you can meet other fans or hit us up directly.
If you're like, how do I get on that Discord? Well, go to our Instagram, go to our website. Both of those have links to the Discord. So come on over and say hello.
Yeah. All right. And now for our micro fandoms of the week. And we're going to start with you.
Catfish, what are you all fishing about? What was that? I don't know.
I liked it.
What am I all fishing about?
Yeah.
Like nuclear fishing, you mean?
Oh, yes, exactly.
First off, I did think of a hot take. The Greybills episodes should not exist.
Yes, that is a hot take probably. I don't know the context, but I believe you.
They're just short stories that are like far in the future, and it's just like the stories of the people. It's stupid and it's childish.
Okay.
And it's just like there as an afternoon or after school special kind of thing.
Got it. So it's like, we don't need this.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say that my micro fandom is just space.
Terrific.
Space.
Like outer?
Outer.
Amazing.
And inner.
Outer personal?
Personal. What kind of space?
The stars, but also creating space for myself.
I love that. What are you doing to get into space right now?
Just
like staring at it?
I have Google alerts out for the JWST and Mars, I guess.
Ooh,
Amazing.
That's so fun.
You gotta put a Google alert on Mars. You
Yeah.
gotta keep an eye on that
What's
thing.
that thing doing?
What if Lincoln's up there?
Exactly. gotta spy on Lincoln.
You gotta.
Honestly, I just want to know what everyone's Google alerts are.
Right?
Because I know everyone's got them. But what are they?
I don't.
Leave them in the
Should
chat.
Don't worry, I have you on my Google alerts, so you're covered.
Immensely cute and says everything about us as a couple.
Wow.
That you, of course, have the Google alerts for me.
I just want to know.
That's adorable. All right, excellent. That is an excellent micro fandom, and we have actually covered it as a fandom on this show.
We have.
So
Yeah, you have.
yeah. So
thank
it is
Cassie.
it is a legit fandom space.
It's a real can.
It's a real.
It's a
one.
real candom.
We say so. All right, Steph. I feel like you and I have the same micro fandom this time, so we might as well just do
Okay, on
this
the
at
count
same
of
time.
three. One, two, three.
Blueprints. Yes.
Okay, so Blueprints is a video. Have you played this game?
Oh, it's a video game.
It's a video game.
Okay, no.
Oh.
It's not just the concept of blueprints,
I thought
although
it was.
that is also very cool. But imagine we were just so excited
Oh my
about
god!
the
I
idea
saw
that
one
there-
once and it was wild. There's so many lines on it. I couldn't handle it.
Sometimes blueprints are interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, they are.
the thing is, they genuinely are. And watch us one day have a full episode on just the concept.
Are you a
of
fan
blueprints.
of Blueprints? Get in touch with us.
Yes.
I'm interested.
But in this case, it is blueprints like princess and prince.
Yes.
Of course, blueprints are also, it's a play on words, are also a part of the game. But in this case, you play a character. That,
Simon P. Jones.
That's right. That is inheriting a manor from his late great uncle, who has just died and has said that you will inherit the manor, but only if you can find the mysterious 46th room. The catch is that the rooms of this house change every day. So you draft the rooms as you're going through the house. And every room has a different puzzle or items you can pick up or a hint towards a greater story. And then at the end of the day, you lose all of your items and stuff and you go back to the beginning and you do it all over again. Obviously, over time, certain things build up. It's a roguelike, but it is so compelling.
I'm such a whore for puzzles.
Oh my God,
You
gotta
would
play
love this game.
You
Where,
gotta play it.
where do I find?
We play it on the PlayStation.
Okay.
But you can, I think, get it on most platforms. And
My
it's
roommate has a PlayStation.
hey, there we go. It's one of those games that you should play with a notebook because you will literally want to
Yes.
take notes.
Yes,
I
we
take notes.
we have a
You
full
do?
notebook that just sits beside my chair right now so that we can take notes on this game.
Yeah.
Kai and I have lost so much sleep in the last week.
But gained so much fun.
it's also been really fun to play together because if you're playing with someone else, you're spotting things that each other might not be seeing. So it's been a really, I don't think it's designed as a collaborative game, but we've been playing it as a collaborative game.
We have a habit of playing games that are no way designed for two people as two people because we're like that.
We are like that.
Two brains are better than one.
Yeah,
It's true.
For the puzzle purposes, there have been things that you solved that I was nowhere close to, and vice versa. Like it feels like an escape room that you can sort of play together.
And everything you look at probably has a clue to something that you might not discover for like 30 days what it connects to.
It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to, let's
many
get that
hidden
group chat
clues.
going.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you're listening and you go and play Blueprints, please come talk to us about it. We want to hear.
And if you're listening and you worked on Blueprints, thank you.
You did good work.
You did such
Very
good work.
good
I'm
work.
obsessed with this game. Okay. Whew. I have to breathe.
Okay, we did it.
Catfish, thank you so much for being here. Where can people find you? What do you want to plug?
Well, you can find me online under Catfish the Dinosaur. Most places. I think on Twitter I'm something else, but I don't look at Twitter anymore.
No.
Fuck
It's gone. It's
We've
gone.
let it
We
go.
lost it.
Right. So yeah, you can also find me anywhere you listen to your podcasts under Two Loose Bricks. That's my drag race review podcast with my sissy Trick Spatial.
Yes.
And yeah, I have a show coming up in Bowmanville if you're out there. Otherwise, I'm also doing a little concert series. I'm helping produce that. It's going to be we're live staging that in December.
Oh, that's so
yeah, look out for
fun.
that.
We're releasing them from the green room onto the stage.
Exactly.
Maybe if
Unlock the
they're good.
cage.
This has been so much fun. Until next time, love the things you love and tell everyone about them.
Bye.